some other reactions as well, and this is Prime Minister Modi's big comment as far as the language row is concerned. He's waded into the language war, gone on to say that BJP sees every language as India's identity. A big comment there coming in by the Prime Minister, wading into the language war, saying BJP sees every language as India's identity. Our political editor, Maria Shakil, now back with us. Maria, good morning. This, of course, is a very, very crucial comment. Comes at a time when we've seen how the language war has only escalated from people from different parts and walks of life stepping into this, but the Prime Minister setting the record straight there.
Yes, right. And I think that for the Prime Minister to say it in the most categorical term, that as far as the BJP and the central government is concerned, all languages have a very unique place and unique identity in Indian polity. I think is very, very important, particularly the kind of push that was being done by certain sections of the party in the state of Tamil Nadu, which was facing backlash also from the DMK, and which had been saying that why should that Hindi should be seen as a linked language. That is the question that had been raised by the DMK in particular, and several parties down south, regional players who had been saying that the BJP is trying to push Hindi as the language of India. Now for the Prime Minister to say that every language is unique, every language has its own unique place in Indian polity and Indian history and culture becomes very, very important. Now it remains to be seen whether the DMK will be, responding to it, or will they be saying that, there is a section of the BJP which speaks otherwise in the state of Tamil Nadu. It has more to do with domestic state politics rather than the larger national picture.
Maria, before I let you go, this, of course, as you rightly pointed out, comes in the backdrop of suggestions that we've seen from the Home Minister as well, that Hindi should be the link language, should replace English. There has been a fair share of criticism that this is a party that wants to impose Hindi. A Hindi imposition is the narrative. How do you see this playing out as far as political reactions are concerned?
Yes, so as far as the politics of it is concerned, I think the Prime Minister has set the record straight. There will be no more confusion of the central government what its stand is vis-a-vis Hindi, whether they are looking at it as a linked language or a third language or the national language. No, the Prime Minister says every language is unique. This is also important because speaking purely from the prism of the politics and how the BJP has been viewing various issues, they are seeing states in southern part of India as catchment areas for 2024 elections.
Correct.
They understand the importance of these states. Be it Telangana, where the party won 4 MPs in 2019. They do not want to lose any opportunity to reach out to the southern states. They do not want to be seen as outsiders in the southern states. They have an important election to fight in the state of Karnataka, the only state that they have at present where they are in power. So the BJP would not want to wade into these controversy, and for the Prime Minister to say so, it's a message that has gone to the party karyakartas, the party leaders who had been, trying to give that Hindi push. Correct. In particular. So for the Prime Minister to setting the record straight and in the most unequivocal terms saying that this is the way he views it, I think it will be for the party to now not get into this debate at all.
Maria, we leave the conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We also have advocate Sri Rajashekharan also now joining us on the broadcast. Good morning. Good to have you on the broadcast with us. How do you see the comment that's coming from the Prime Minister, in a way setting the record straight that we don't make any differentiation as far as any languages are concerned? All languages are part of India.
Good morning. See, actually it is not setting the record straight. The record was always straight and open to everybody throughout India. This was India which everybody was believing and following, practicing. Suddenly, one section of the BJP and RSS and their sympathizers, supporters, create an impression that only Hindi has to be done, including the Home Minister of India once had said in the couple of weeks back that Hindi has to be made the official language, all this stuff. Today, the Prime Minister has only categorically emphasized that what was practiced before, what was followed before, has to be followed and obeyed. That is what India is. India is all about uniqueness of every language. And this language war was not created by anybody but for the BJP, for their political benefits.
I will
winning the
come to
election.
you in just a bit, Sri Rajashekharan, with a counter question here. We also have JDS's T.R. Prasad Gowda also joining us. Good morning. Good to have you on the broadcast with us. I'll just request both of you to stay on with us. Let's first listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say.
भाजपा भारतीय भाषाओं को भारतीयता की आत्मा मानती है और राष्ट्र के बेहतर भविष्य की कड़ी मानती है। इसका जिक्र आज मैं विशेष तौर पर इसलिए करना चाहता हूं क्योंकि बीते कुछ समय से देश में भाषा के आधार पर नए विवाद खड़े करने की कोशिशें की जा रही है। हमें इससे देशवासियों को निरंतर सतर्क करना है।
That was the Prime Minister's comment there as far as a language row is concerned. See, Rajashekharan, I actually want to come back to you, but is the criticism fair against the BJP? Because if you look at the new education policy, a lot of emphasis was given on the regional language, and this exactly was reiterated by the Prime Minister today as well.
See, it is not the criticism, it is the harsh truth. You pinch the baby and rock the cradle. That's what the BJP has been doing in the last 8 years. Of course, it is very beneficiary for them to polarize language, to polarize religion, to polarize everything, and encash the sentiments and emotions of the common public. And finally, before elections, they talk about the uniqueness of language, they talk about unity in diversity. What all the majority opinion, they speak before the elections of general elections, the Lok Sabha elections. So that there is nothing new. Same happened in 2014 till 2018. They were doing all sorts of things like this. In 2018, they said we are united. We are India with all languages, all religions together. We cannot. All this was discussed in the public domain, and they won the election. And again, it started attacking.
Okay. So I want
everything.
one clarification from you before I go across to Mr. Gowda. Just a couple of days ago, you had the Higher Education Minister, as far as DMK is concerned, in Tamil Nadu, who said people who speak Hindi are selling pani puris. That is okay when you demean people who are speaking Hindi, but when a suggestion is made that maybe Hindi should be the link language, all the criticism comes for the BJP. How is that fair?
See, I don't back for DMK, neither I am the spokesperson of DMK. Whatever the minister said is a bizarre statement. That is different. For that, you cannot do tit for tat. Because BJP is doing, DMK is adopting the same strategy as BJP. They want to score brownie points. It's politics, cheap politics. The common man, the gullible, poor and the illiterate are being attacked and being punished for no rhyme or reason.
Okay, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Mr. Gowda also has been patiently waiting. Your first reaction to what the Prime Minister has said?
Yeah. See, language maybe is the barrier for whole world. Through the language, English was the language, is the language which connects all over the world. Now, English has become the universal language to connect the whole world. So, in similar way, if Hindi can connect the whole of India, all other region languages, okay. But now here the situation is very different. Here in southern states, the people who speak only regional languages, they are not well versed with Hindi also. But English, here also, knowingly or unknowingly, English becomes still barrier for everybody.
Okay.
North.
Mr. Gowda, we seem to be having a bit of an issue with your connection. We'll just try and re-establish that connection. In the meantime, let me take in a reaction from Saravanan also. Saravanan is the spokesperson of the DMK. Good to have you on the broadcast with us. How do you react to the comment that's been made by the Prime Minister? Actually, I'll just come to you in 10 seconds, Saravanan. We're also opening our call-in lines. The question that we're asking is, has the Prime Minister settled the language debate? Numbers flashing on your screen, 0120 434 189.